Shalom.
First off, I want to start up by saying all praises to you. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to hopeful elect, preachers word in truth and sincerity. With GMS Arizona camp, Lord will, with another week to edify and prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, man.
That's right.
You know, the scriptures tell you, let me get that one where it says, well, rather that you prophesy. You know what I'm talking about?
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1.
1 Corinthians 14.
Gotta have that brother everywhere. Just hold him up.
Here it is. 1 Corinthians 14 and 1. And it reads, follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy.
See, follow after charity, desire spiritual gifts, but rather that you may prophesy. So above all things, prophesying is the most needful. Because when you go into the times we're in, if you don't know what to prepare for, you're never going to be ready for the battle. You know, and you have men that are sitting there telling men just to take these Edomites machinations, man. Telling them it's okay for you to get shot up with his shit. But where's the fear of the Lord? Drop those that I got y'all holding right now. Let's get into that. Give me if a prophet be deceived, give me that one. Because there's some good meaning in that. Because at the current stage we're at in prophecy, you have Esau making his playoff push, and then you have wicked men in Israel that are sitting there saying it's okay to go with Esau shit going.
This is Jeremiah 5:31. It says, the prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. My people love to have it so.
You see? And the reason why a lot of people still flock to these men is because they prophesy false things. What's that precept that you talk about all the time, Bayan, when it's wicked will seek unto the wicked men?
I think that's
It's in Sirach, I think, right?
you said the wicked what?
The wicked will seek unto wicked men, or the evil will seek unto evil
Oh, that's
men.
Proverbs 12 and 12.
You remember that? Because what you're seeing now, man, is a lot of wicked men still pitching wicked ideas in Israel and not making up the defense, man. They're not sitting there putting up the words you need to defend yourself these days.
I'd like to say something real quick. Because there was a video that came out. What's his name?
General
Yohana, yeah. He did a video, and he was like, I was watching, and one of the brothers posted it on social media, and he was saying, he kind of contradicted what he was saying, you know, and they have a lot of followers, right? They lead Israel astray, right? He said, what did he say? He said, I know you black folks don't want to take the vaccine because of everything that Esau has done, right? And you can't trust him. And then he turned around and said, but take it anyway. You know what I mean? But take the vaccine anyway. And then you had a video that went out of this nurse. I don't know if brother seen it. The nurse had took the vaccine and then gave a speech, and in 17 minutes,
Gave up the ghost.
17 minutes after she took it, she passed out on camera, man.
She's like, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
She's like, learning the words and shit.
I don't feel so good. And then got shaky.
She did one of these.
Yeah.
She did one of these, and then she did one of those.
Her knees was like water, man. You know? So what does that tell you? If it was good for you, it's actually anti-body. If it was good for you, she wouldn't have passed out. She was docile the whole time. As soon as it started kicking in, running through her system, right? As soon as it went through her flow, she became docile. And you could tell slowly as she's giving her speech, her words start slowing up, right? And then her knees was like water. Start shaking and shit. And she passed out.
You have this happening everywhere. In Canada, they got 3 or 4 of them still in the hospital. You know, over here, there's people sitting there faking it. You know, on news. You know, this is what's happening.
I got a precept. This is Sirach 12 and 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
That's right. You can't trust him. So now you're gonna look to your enemy for something good. You know, it says, can a fig tree bear thorns? You know, no, because a fig tree has or can a grape hold thorns and a fig tree hold thistles? No. You know, you're only gonna have one thing. You're not gonna look to an orange tree for an apple. So now you're gonna look to the wicked for something good. It's not gonna work out. Let me get
Proverbs 12 and 12 reads, the wicked desire the net of evil men, but the root of righteousness
Y'all gotta speak up. I couldn't hear any of that.
The wicked desireth the net of evil men, but the root of righteousness yieldeth fruit.
Yep, the wicked desire the net of evil men. So there's a lot of people now, even still, right now, Tazariak being one of them, because here it is, when you had General Yohana say these things, but Tazariak sitting there saying on the video, he wouldn't get it. So that's two different things. Your leader said, when it comes out, get it. But you got one of your commanding men sitting there, your captains, right? One of your captains sitting there saying, hey,
He's
when
not
it comes
gonna
out, get it if you want, whatever. That's two conflicting things. It's not right. So there's wicked men desiring the net of evil men. And that's why people are going to still leech onto those things.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel 14:9. It says, and if the prophet be deceived when he have spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel.
We're going to keep reading on that. So when the prophets are deceived, the Lord did that, right? So right now in the same time, the Lord's making these prophets, these so-called prophets, go out there and tell the people, take this devil's machinations. In the grand scheme of things, the Lord still has to kill a lot of Israelites, man. So it makes sense, but at the same time, these niggas is wicked and evil. You know? Sold out. There's no other reason why a man can go on a video and go on a rant and sit here and say all the history of these damn Edomites and say, oh, we know what they were doing in Germany and how they were killing niggas with the pharmaceuticals. But when this vaccination comes out, you niggas take it. There's no way you can go from that to take what they still have and not have sold out, man. You know, these occultic personalities are leading a lot of niggas astray. That's why the scriptures tell you, put no faith in a guide, right? You gotta sit here and be able to be fully convinced on your fucking own of these things, man. Go, keep going.
Verse 10, Ezekiel 14:10, it says, and they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him.
You see, even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. So you people that sit here still follow these people, you can't sit here and be mad when that judgment starts coming forth. When you start getting your facial paralysis from these Maximes, man, because a lot of people are getting them. And now this hasn't been fully pushed out at a grand scale yet, but when it does, imagine how many more illnesses. There was a nurse in Canada that got it, had a perfect bill of health, fully fit, and out of nowhere had allergic reactions, and she has no record of any allergies. You know, so this is shit that's happening. So when the judgment on these wicked ass prophets that tell you these things start coming out, you're gonna get the same punishment. Read that one more time.
Right. Ezekiel 14:10, it says, and they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him, that the house of Israel may go no more astray from me.
You see, so when the punishment of these wicked ass prophets start coming out, and you niggas that follow them start coming out, you're gonna know not to go astray. Because when the shit hit the fan, you're gonna get sobered the fuck up. Because right now, a lot of them are walking, not being sober, as the scriptures say. Drunken with the wine of Babylon. You know, back in Revelation, right? You know, making the whole earth drunken. A lot of Israel is like that. So when this shit starts popping off, you're gonna get sobered the hell up. Go ahead.
God, this is 2 Corinthians 2. 2 Corinthians 2:11, it says, but Satan shall get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. You know, we don't teach this word to deceive, right? We don't teach this word, we teach this word to bid the elect to the marriage. Because we care, because we have, that's why we always say we teach this word with truth and sincerity. Okay, then I got another precept. This is Titus 1. And I started 10. It says, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
That's perfect. So what? This dude behind him, been around the truth for so long, right? He tries to say he's been in since the 50s or the 60s or something like that. He tries to say he's been around that long. you know, 60, 70, whatever it is. You know, you try to say he's been around that long. Of the circumcision, right? But sitting there talking foolish and vain things, man. Telling you to trust this devil's pharmaceuticals with complete history of his shit being unhealthy for you. When you go into blood pressure medication, it's the worst for Jake. You go into diabetes medication, worst outcomes with Jake. You know, but you're telling everybody to trust this devil's vaccines. And here it is, there's more and more information coming out with this guy's shit affecting people. You know, affecting people greatly. People in the hospital for 2 weeks after taking this shit. For you to be in a hospital for 2 weeks, you're fucked up. You know, you're really messed up. And they not knowing exactly how to address it. So imagine what happens when neurological issues start. Let me read this.
Well, you know what was wrong with the people too is remember what they said. They said the only ones that's bagging the vaccination is who? The FDA and the CDC. But the private sectors, they're not bagging it. They're not bagging it because they told the people that there's going to be side effects that comes with the vaccination because they haven't properly been tested. So that's why the scripture says, Proverbs 14:15, the simple believeth everything. So when these devils tell you on one hand that the vaccination will have side effects, but on the other hand, the vaccination is working, then what do you think you're going to get out of it? So now you don't really know what's going to happen unless you take the vaccination. But now you got videos of people who's taking the vaccination, and you can see the actions of the vaccination and what side effects and effects that's happening to the people. And you're still simple enough to go take it.
Verse 11, it says, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses.
And these men's mouths have to be stopped because they're preaching shit to you that's not beneficial for you. The scriptures tell you the Lord has made medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. But these are the same men that are sitting there saying, hey, if your grandma got a remedy, a home remedy, talk to your doctor about it first. What in the fuck? The scriptures tell you the Lord made medicines out of the earth, and these things work. These medicines out of the earth work, and they have no negative side effects.
Well, Dr. Sebi, he was a perfect example of showing and telling people how, you know, the herbs of the earth could work on a human body. You know, this dude found out a cure for cancer. He found out a cure for AIDS. And what they do to him? They cut him up. They cut him off.
It says, which they are not for filthy lucre's sake.
Money. These niggas is getting paid. There's only one explanation. A man can not make videos for such a long time, and out of nowhere come back and make a video. There's only two explanations. Either he wised up or he's getting paid. You know, there's two things. Either he was spending money while he was away, or he was either incarcerated. Because there's only two things, or doing his own shit. There's three things. You know, so what is it? This man's obviously getting paid because what do you benefit by making whole videos and having your men make videos to tell you to take somebody else's shit? You're telling them to buy into somebody else's brand. You know, let me read this. This is an article from RT. This is from July. And I did a video on this when it came out. This is bubble indemnity. Big pharma firms will not be held accountable for side effects of Crown Royal 19 vaccinations.
That's perfect.
And I was looking this up yesterday. It took me 40 minutes because I had to go back in our chats to try to find it. Yeah. And the video I made on this, I found it, and it just kept buffering. So Esau fucked it up to where you can't even watch the video.
And he'll do that to deceive the masses. Because the last thing he wants is people to sit here and be like, oh shit, look at this video that's stating that the vaccinations aren't good to take, but then again you got all these commanders and generals and this and that telling you it's okay to take it, man. Hey, when you go to the book of can I get one real quick? Let me get Job. What is that? Job 18:7. Let me get that one. Now I give it back to you. Job 18:7.
And this is Job 18, verse 7. It says, the steps of his strength shall be straightened.
Right.
and his own counsel shall cast him down.
So you find articles and videos like what the brother just put out right now, and those are coming out from who? Edomites.
Yeah.
So the dude own counsel was casting him down. Keep going on that.
God. This 8, it says, for he cast into a net by his own feet,
Right.
and he walketh upon a snare.
Right.
The gin shall take him by the heel,
Mhm.
and the robber shall prevail against him.
Right.
The snare is laid for him in the ground,
Right.
and the trap for him in a way.
So there you go. How many times have people done caught this dude up in a trap? Like, hold up, you said this, then you said this. What's going on here, man? He's bringing up a lot of confusion and shit, man. From his people on his right hand side, and people from his left hand side are making him fall, man. So, come on, man.
And you saw that with this recent presidential campaign.
Mm-hmm.
They were bringing out dirt on Biden, dirt on Trump,
All
dirt
right.
on Kamala Harris, her record of putting Jake in jail and keeping him in there. You know, Biden, his record on his.
Oh, she lying about who she is. She's saying she's a Native American. She's saying she's a black woman. She's saying that she's She everybody everywhere now.
The Chameleon Harris. Huh? Chameleon Harris.
And about that, right? You so-called black women, you get higher up in office now to show you that they have no respect or no that their plan is not to help you, Jakes, man. Is that they'll marry a heathen, man. Her husband is a Edomite. Yeah, he's a top Edomite, you know. So what does that tell you? She's laying down to him. So she's. And what do you think they talking about? He using her to further their process, not for you, Jakes, man. It was said that she kept. This dude had did a jail a video in prison. He was like, man, y'all elect this lady in there, and she put me in here. Now she gonna keep me in here. You know what I mean? So she kept a lot of Jakes in jail, man. You know, so she's anti for the people.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, no different than when we was in the yoke of iron.
Yeah.
You know, when you had black women as slavers, and they kept Jake down. Black women as slavers, they was doing Jake worse than a damn Edomite was doing us, man.
Nigga will make you pray for Esau.
Hey,
Like,
a nigga will make
bring that cracker
hey,
back.
bring that cracker back. Well, that cracker get rid of this black woman.
If the Bible don't keep it running, like the right, like right and the left like that.
Yeah.
And the stupid cell is Mark 3:23. It reads, and he called them. He called them unto him, and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, the kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. It's like this whole place, bro. It's trying to pick up shit with Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris. It basically sets itself up to be against itself and have another civil war. Even these crackers, bro. Even his own white people, they're going against each other, man. Their own political ideals, just like that, bro.
So I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. He's gonna get this word. So bubble indemnity. Go ahead and read that word.
All right, this is the definition of the word indemnity. It says security or protection against a loss or other financial burden. It says security against or exemption from legal liability for one's actions. A sum of money paid as compensation, especially a sum exacted by a victor in war as one condition of peace.
Now it says bubble indemnity. Big pharma firms will not be held accountable for side effects of Crown Royal vaccines. So the brother just read it. It said exemption from legal judgment and loss.
Yep.
So they won't have to pay you out if you start twitching every 2 minutes. There's not gonna be no fucking legal pay for that.
You trying to walk forward and you walk backwards.
Yep. They learned that. They learned this shit with the swine flu vaccinations in the 80s, because what happened? They sat there and started. These devils were so crafty because the head of the CDC at the time sat there and started lying and saying this celebrity got it, this celebrity got it. And then they did an interview afterwards and asked those celebrities, did you get this? And they said, no, I refused to get it. And it came out all these people that got it were getting a rare neurological disease that was causing people to lose control of their limbs, walking backwards, no longer able to walk forward. It actually caused their bodies to make their own antibodies against their own nervous system. So it started attacking their own bodies. So this is what Esau came out. So they learned that they had to put this shit in place for the same time. So read this. It says, a senior executive for pharmaceutical giant AstraZeneca has confirmed that his company cannot face legal action for any potential side effects caused by the Crown Royal vaccine. It says those affected will have no legal recourse. It says AstraZeneca is one of 25 pharmaceutical companies worldwide already testing Crown Royal vaccines on humans in preparation for injecting hundreds of millions of people. These are flush times on Britain's largest pharmaceutical company, worth something in the order of 70 million euros. It says they have just reported a bumper profits of 12.6 billion in the last 6 months because they were funding all these companies and giving them money to push out these vaccines. So now they're all saying that all these companies told all these governments throughout the world, we're not making shit. Even though y'all gave us this money to make it, we're not making shit unless you have it. So we have complete immunity if any negative side effects pop up. So how in the hell can you justify taking some of this devil shit? Which precept?
And a quick comment, man. Knowing all this and so-called being a man of understanding, how the hell can you push out to your people that it's okay to take this? Because I was watching the live stream from the GMS Dallas camp yesterday, and Elder Yashawama made a great point. If you look at the story of Cain and Abel, do you think Cain would have given Abel a potion or a vaccine to save his life? And don't Esau come in the spirit of Cain? Isn't Esau and Jacob, you know what I'm saying? Isn't there a perpetual hatred there from Esau towards Jacob? So why would an Israelite leader that has understanding of the scriptures tell his congregation that it's okay to take something that Esau pushing out? That shit don't even fucking make sense, man, to someone that so-called understand these scriptures. You know? This is Jeremiah 14:14. It says, then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them. This guy calls himself the commanding general. Neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, a thing of naught, and the deceit of their heart. And this is what ISUPK is pushing out, man. And then he has his little minions that'll try to throw a video up to do some damage control, because every fucking Israelite camp is going at these dudes, man, about what they pushing. And you even got fucking Sod Nigga putting out videos saying that he going against what this dude is saying, man. You even got the fucking black power unconscious community coming up against you for the shit that you're saying, man. You know, so the Lord didn't send you, you know, unless he repent. And I don't see this guy repenting. He proud as hell, because it's the same guy that was talking about doing the butt. This Mr. Doing the Butt, man. This nigga was talking about popping your woman in the ass. Yeah. All this type of shit is what's coming out of ISUPK, man.
Dirty
and the Lord
Chico
gonna destroy
stick.
that dude. Right.
Dirty ass Chico stick and shit. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 5 and verse 26, and it reads, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set up a trap, they catch men. 5:26.
Read it again.
For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set up a trap, they catch men.
Yep. And so what this is a legitimate trap. You know, you got Jake coming straight into Israel, and they're looking at these men as being righteous guides, man. It's a legitimate trap. You can't They set a trap. These are wicked men. Like just like back in the book of Maccabees, you know, there went out wicked men that seduced the people to sit here and follow the ways of the heathen men. You know, and we're having that same thing now. These could be the same souls that went out and tried to, you know, deceive Israel to sit here and eat the pork, take part in the wicked sacrifices.
For example, as a cage is full of birds, so their house is full of deceit. Therefore, they become great and waxen rich.
Yep. See, through them doing this, there's a reason. There's a reason why they're doing this, because through them pushing this narrative, Esau probably paying them out, and they're waxing rich, man. You know, there's an old phrase, and I'm gonna botch it. It's basically, what do you stand to gain? You know, what do you stand to gain by saying this? You know, there's certain men up here working, trying to gain the kingdom of heaven. So what is the other side standing to gain? Because it's telling people to get a vaccine, gaining you the kingdom of heaven. It's not. So these men are doing this for a reason, bro. You know, you're gonna listen to men that are sitting selling out, and it's gonna get shown, man. And for you following those same men, you're gonna get the same judgment as them. You know, you got more on that? Is that good?
They wax fat, they shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless. Yet they prosper.
And you had that happen in where is that? I want to say the book of Maccabees, maybe the first or second chapter, where it talks about how they made a covenant with the wicked.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. Our people make covenants with the wicked because it profit them in the end.
Yeah.
No different than the wicked Pharisees and the Sadducees. What do? When they created a covenant with the Romans, that because they profited off of it. They had the nice, goodly array, appeal, and all of that. They had they had all the money and shit like that. That's no different than what these dudes are doing now, man. They'll tell you to take the vaccine only so Esau could come through the back door in his black ass limousine with his black suit on to get out and give him a suitcase. Say good job, nigga.
You got Ice PK with a brand new Doc Martin boots on, you know, all black, with the shredder cufflinks on and shit.
Yeah,
out to you, give you the word and say, hey, take this vaccine. And then they go back after they make the video. Esau check and be like, huh, nigga. That's what they do. You know, these are the same men. Is there more on that?
Shredder cufflinks.
The right of the needy do they not judge? I'm gonna jump to verse 31. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by means. And my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof?
Because real Salakia, if you think about it, right? Like the scriptures tell you in Matthew 29:13, for they rather hear smooth things. That's our people, man. You know, because our people just want a way out. They want a way out of the situation. And it's hard for our people to put their faith in the Most High, because it tells you that in the book of Deuteronomy 32:20. So what they want to put their faith in is saying, okay, go ahead and take it. Yeah. Because our people believe that the dude that's telling them to take it is a man of the Lord. That's what they believe. But you got other men who's doing the work of the Most High telling you that the man that's telling you to take the vaccine are a bunch of goddamn liars, man.
Hey, there's a scripture where it tells you that one says something wrong and look for another to confirm the same.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what it is, because they already had it in their mind, like, man, if they push this, I need a job.
Mm-hmm.
I need money. I don't want to go hungry. I don't want to lose my job.
I need to feed my kids.
You know, they start rationalizing in their head, and then when they heard a man like this say something, then they're like, all right, cool.
I'm safe.
Weight off my shoulders.
I'm safe.
Yep. And that's what happens, man. You know, go grab that one I was telling you, Ezekiel 13:4.
This is in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 13, verse 4. It says, O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts.
See? Go ahead, Al.
It says, ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of Yahweh.
Now, there's now foxes in the desert, right? A fox isn't a large creature. A fox is basically the size of like a corgi. Those little small dogs with big butts and whatnot. That's exactly how big a fox is. You know, it's not a big animal. So when it says your prophets are like the foxes in the desert, a small animal like that really has no real power behind it, what does it have to do? It has to be opportunistic. You know, they're always trying to come on a come up. So the prophets, a lot of the prophets of Israel is the same thing, man. Always just here for a come up.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what exactly it is, man. You know, you can see that this devil, you can't trust him. He's coming up with a whole new type of vaccine. And now you're sitting there telling everybody, hey, when it comes out, take it. Don't worry about his past. You know, that devil changed. He gonna give you the best of the best for his kingdom. That's what he said. He gonna give you the best medicine that he can make. So his kingdom keeps going. He don't give a fuck about you. Everything's going automated. He don't need you for his new kingdom. You know?
Hey, what's that in
nations for that shit.
Ecclesiastes, I think the first chapter, where it say that which is crooked cannot be made straight.
Yeah.
So that devil, he's not gonna change his ways. No way in hell he's gonna he's been changing his way lately. Did he stop selling GMO foods?
Nope.
Have he stopped spraying chemtrails? Do he still got you niggas in the ghettos?
Yep.
Do he still got you rapping about killing other niggas and your bitches being hoes and sluts? No, so how have you changed? Come on, man.
That's a big track record. And nothing's changed. Like the brother said, nothing's changed. So what can you expect? That's the truth, man. You can't. If you know, like dudes in the world, they'll get back together with a bitch after she cheated. Don't do it. Yeah, you can't do it. But they'll get back together with a bitch after she cheated, expecting this bitch to be a whole new woman, like, and then she gonna do some shit again, and like you're like sitting there scratching your head. You know, that's not wise. So here it is. You gotta, then you'll sit here and look at your abusive husband Esau. You know, and he's sitting there coming home, pissed drunk, sitting there complaining about the meatloaf's dry, and then he beats the shit out of you. And then you're gonna think that tomorrow's gonna be a better day. It's just like it's not gonna work out that way. You know? So go ahead and read that again.
Hey, you good? You still gonna get the same toast you made yesterday, motherfucker. That's it.
Yeah.
Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 4. It says, O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of Yahweh.
Now there's another scripture where it says that they dug down the walls, right? And that there was a breach. So what? Now when you go into a city, you're trying to make it a defense. If there's a breach in the walls, your enemy got a way to sit here and make you think that he's over here, and he'll take a few on the back and go in and get shit going, open up the city. So the foxes in the desert, those opportunistic niggas, sit there then and make up the defense. He didn't fix the gaps.
Yeah.
He didn't sit here and make it a sure thing like, no, you shouldn't take this. Don't take Esau's shit. These vaccinations aren't good for you. You know, he didn't do that. So what? Now you're laid out there, ready to take Esau's shit, and it's gonna build in your mind that when the chip comes out, the mark of the beast, you're gonna take that too.
Yeah.
Because you have to take this so you can live normally. So what? So you can keep living normally, you'll take Esau's chip too.